9-point harness. Grandpa, get your ID. Shortly, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime.
You're listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast.
Welcome into another edition of the Dirt Racing Podcast. Today, we talk about the High Limits opener for tomorrow night and review the sprint car races from 34 Raceway. Speaking of sprint car races from 34, back on Friday night was night one. They had 48 cars entered. And in group time trial one, your quick time was Austin McCarl in 88 at a 12.775. Second was the 5500 Schoenberg at 12.942. Third was the 2K Ian Matson at a 13.018. Fourth was the 22K Caleb Johnson at 13.049. And rounding out the top five, the 51B of Joe B. Miller at a 13.084. Group 2, your quick timer was 29M of the law from Parker Price Miller at a 12.993. Second was the 6 of Carson McCarl at a 13.157. Third was the 9 of Chase Randall at a 13.185. Fourth was the 71 of Corey Eliason at a 13.236. And fourth, the 44C of Chris Martin at a 13.249. Heat races. Top 5 transferred out of each one. Heat race number 1 with the Joe B. Millen, the 51B. Second, the 2K S.E. Matson. Third, the 44 Carson Shore. Fourth was the 49 Josh Steinman. Fifth, the 24D Danny Sams. They were followed by, those are all transfer cars. They were followed by 6 to 12T of Tyler Durkee. Tyler Arntz in 25T was in 7th. 8th to 23 of Russell Borland. 9th to 4K of Chris Pitts. 10th to 88C of Christopher Fleck. William Huck in the 39V was 11th, and 12th with the blown motor was the 88 Austin McCarl. Heat race number 2, your winner was 11K Craig Kinzer. Second, the 5500 Schoenberg. Third was the 65 Jordan Goldsberry. Fourth, the 2W Scott Neitzel. And fifth, the 3P of Sawyer Phillips. They were followed by 6th, the 4C Cam Martin. Lane Warner, the 122, was 7th. 8th, Brandon Greer in the 3A. 9th, 24 Scott Conger. 10th, the 22K Caleb Johnson. 11th was the 15 of Cole Meitzer. And 12th, and did not start, was 25 Danny Slafer. Heat race number 3 went to the 9 of Chase Randall. Second, Corbin Gurley in the 12. Fourth, the 44C of Chris Martin. Third was Chris Martin. Fourth was 29 PM of Parker Price Miller. And Blake Neely in the 79 was fifth. They all transferred. Those transferred. 6th went to the 96 of Jake Blackhurst. 7th to 9K of Kyle Schuett. Jake Newman in the 3M was 8th. Jack Underboom in the U2 was 9th. 10th to 21 Gary Ramey. 11th to 29 Hunter Custer. 12th to 26R of Preston Roof. Heat race number 4 went to Bill Baylog in the 17B. Second to 71 of Corey Eliason. Third to 50 Paul Nieheiser. Fourth to 6 of Carson McCarl. And fifth and final transfer was the 35 of Zach Hampton. They were followed by 6th, the 1 of Brendan Crouch. 7th, 37 of Bryce Norris. Tyler Tischendorf. 26 was 8th. 9th, the 4 of Chase Richards. Austin Hartman in 87A was 10th. 11th was the 8S of Steve Short. And 12th was the 31 McLean Richards. In the dash, Dash 1 set up the first 5 rows on the inside. Your winner was the 51B of Joe B. Miller. Second, Hunter Schoenberg. Third, Ian Matson. Fourth, Craig Kinder. And sixth, Jordan Goldsberry. The Dash 2 was for the outside. Chase Randall was your winner. Second, Parker Price Miller. Third, Bill Baylog. Fourth, Corey Eliason. And fifth, Carson McCarl. In B main number 1 to top 2, your winner was Austin McCarl. Second, Final Transfer Tyler Drucke. They were followed by third, Travis Lawrence. Fourth, Russell Borland. Fifth, Cam Martin. Sixth, Lane Warner. Seventh, Austin Greer. Eighth, Chris Pitts. Ninth, Danny Schlafer. 10th, Caleb Johnson. 12th, Scott Kruger. Christopher Flick was 12th. 13th, Cole Meitzer. And 14th, William Hawk. B main number 2 winner was Jake Blackhurst. Second final transfer was Kyle Schuett. They were followed by third was Brendan Crouch. Fourth, Jake Newman. Fifth, Bryce Norris. Sixth, Jack Gunderboom. Seventh, Chase Richards. Eighth, Gunnar Ramey. Ninth, Austin Hartman. 10th, Preston Ruth. 11th, Hunter Custer. 12th, Steve Short. 13th, McLean Richards. And 14th, Tyler Tischendorf. In the A main, your winner was Hunter Schoenberg. Second, Parker Price Miller. Third, Chase Randall. Fourth, Corey Eliason. Fifth, Joby Miller. Sixth, Craig Kinder. Seventh, Carson Short. Eighth, Paul Nieheiser. Ninth, Austin McCarl. 10th, Carson McCarl. 11th, Chris Martin. 12th, Tyler Drucke. 13th was Corbin Gurley. 14th was Jordan Goldsberry. 15th, Zach Hampton. 16th, Jake Blackhurst. 17th, Blake Nemi. 18th, Josh Nyerman. 19th was Scott Neitzel. 20th, Kyle Schuett. 21st, Bill Baylog. 22nd, Ian Matson. 23rd was Sawyer Phillips. And 24th, and did not finish, was Danny Sams. Night number 2 had the same amount of cars of 48. We'll give you the quick time first. The top 5 of Group A and B. Your Group A top 5 was quick time was the 22K Caleb Johnson at a 12.596. Second, the 9 of Chase Randall at a 12.597. Third, the 6 of Carson McCarl at a 12.600. Fourth, the 11K of Craig Kinzer at a 12.779. And fifth was the 300 Jake Newman at a 12.794. Group 2, and setting a new track record, was the 29M of the law firm Parker Price Miller at a 12.347. Second was Austin McCarl in 88 at a 12.555. Third was the 65 Jordan Goldsberry at 12.646. Fourth was the 51B of Joby Miller at a 12.687. And fifth was the 17B of Bill Baylog at a 12.694. Heat races. Top 5 did transfer out of each one. Heat race 1 went to the 300 Jake Newman. Second was the 12 of Corbin Gurley. Third was the 6 of Carson McCarl. Fourth was Zach Hampton in the 35. And fifth and final transfer 22K Caleb Johnson. They were followed by sixth, the 25 of Danny Schlafer. Seventh, the 4C of Cam Martin. Eighth, the 3A of Aaron Ricksman. Ninth, the 15 of Cole Meitzer. 10th, the 3B of Shelby Boyce. And did not start. And 11th was the 21 of Gunnar Ramey and did not start in 12th, 26 Tyler Tischendorf. Heat race number 2 went to the 9 of Chase Randall. Second, the 1 of Brendan Crouch. Third, the 23 of Russell Borland. Fourth, Blake Nemi in 79. And fifth, the final transfer was the 12T Tyler Drucke. They were followed by sixth, the 2W Scott Neitzel. Seventh, the 4K of Chris Pitts. Eighth, the 11 of Colton Fisher. Ninth, the 8S of Steve Short. 10th, the 31 of McLean Richards. 11th, 11K of Craig Kinzer, and 12th, the 37 of Bryce Norris. Heat race number 3 went to the 17B of Bill Baylog. Second, the 71 of Corey Eliason. Third, the 29M of Parker Price Miller. 24th, the 22 Riley Goodnow. and 5th was the 65 of Jordan Goldsberry. They were followed by 6th to 9K Kyle Schuett, 7th to 44 Carson Shore, 8th to 49 Josh Schneiderman, 9th 25T Travis Arntz, 10th to 3P Sawyer Phillips, 11th to 24 Scott Conger, and 12th to 39V William Huck. 4th to Vile Heat Race went to the 50 of Paul Nieheiser, 2nd to 51B of Joby Miller, 3rd to 44C of Chris Martin, 4th to 88 of Austin McCarl, and 5th to Vile Transfer was the 96 Jake Blackhurst. They were followed by 6th to U2 Jack Underboom. Austin Hartman was 7th in the 87A. 8th was the 55 Hunter Schoenberg. 9th, 26R Preston Ruth. 10th was the 122 of Lane Warner. 11th to 29 of Hunter Custer. And 12th was the 4 Chase Richards. The dash. The first one set up the inside 5 rows. Your winner was Carson McCarl. 2nd, Brendan Crouch. 3rd, Chase Randall. 4th, Jake Newman. And 5th to Caleb Johnson. The second one set up the outside row where Bill Baylog won. 2nd was Austin McCarl. 3rd, Parker Price Miller. 4th, Jordan Goldsberry. And 5th, Paul Nieheiser. In B May number 1, we took 2. Your winner was 11K Craig Kinzer. Your winner was Craig Kinzer. And 2nd was Danny Schlafer. Those transferred. 3rd was Scott Neitzel. 4th, Chris Spitz. 5th, Cam Martin. 6th, Colton Fisher. 7th, Shelby Boys. 8th, McLean Richards. 9th, Cole Meitzer. 10th, Aaron Rexman. 11th was Steve Short. The rest did not start. Credited with 12th was Bryce Norris. 13th, Connor Ramey. And 14th, Tyler Tischendorf. B May number 2 went to Hunter Scherberg, and Jack Underboom was the 2nd Vile transfer. They were followed by 3rd, Kyle Schuett. 4th, Josh Schneiderman. 5th, the 25T, 5th, Travis Lawrence. 6th, Austin Hartman. 7th, Lane Warner. 8th, Hunter Custer. 9th, Preston Ruth. 10th, Chase Richards. 11th, Scott Conger. 13th, William Huck. 14th, Carson Shore. And 14th to the upside down Sawyer Phillips was the first red flag of the night in B Main number 2. In the A Main, on lap number 9, Bill Baylog coming down the front straightaway and Chase Randall got together, sending Baylog in a hard series of flips in the front stretch and going into 1. And then in Victory Lane, after Randall supposedly had won before the DQ, Bill Baylog went after him and wanted to know what happened. And then I found out the scales, Chase Randall was disqualified. So then picking up the win was Austin McCarl. 2nd, Corey Lyson. 3rd, Parker Price Miller. 4th, Joby Miller. 5th, Corbin Gurley. 6th, Carson McCarl. 7th, Jake Blackhurst. 8th, Brendan Crouch. 9th, Zach Campton. 10th, Tyler Drucke. 11th, Jake Newman. 12th was Riley Goodnow. 13th, Jordan Goldsberry. 14th, Danny Slafer. 15th, Chris Martin. 17th, Blake Nemi. 17th, Jack Underboom. The rest did not finishes or disqualified. 18th, Russell Borland. 19th, Caleb Johnson. 20th, Bill Baylog. 21st, Hunter Schoenberg. 22nd, Paul Nieheiser. 23rd, Craig Kinzer. And credited with 24th was Chase Randall. Now it's time to talk about a little high limits to end the show and talk about for tomorrow night their show at Lakeside. Well, like I mentioned in the update on Thursday or Friday, that there's going to be 25 regulars in the high limit. We'll go over them again and who else is all in the field. As of 6:52 p.m., this is the field for the first high limit race of the year. 56 cars have pre-entered. The biggest field, the toughest field that you could have at the Knoxville Nationals or the Capitani Classic. The first entrant, number 1, will be a full-timer, a high roller, which is they're calling their full-time drivers. The 1 is Justin Henderson. From the World of Outlaws, the 1S to Logan Schuchart. The 2 from the World of Outlaws, that's David Grabble. Brett Becker, and the 2B, a Knoxville regular, will be the 2K of Ian Matson. Another high roller, the 2MD of Connor Morrell. Ayrton Jennington in the 3, a Knoxville regular. The 3J, welcome back Dusty Zomer, and he'll be a high roller. The 3N, runner with the IRA, it's hello, Jake Newman. The 3TK will be Tim Schaefer. Another World of Outlaw driver, the 5 is Spencer Baston. A high roller will be the 5T of Ryan Timms. Carson McCarl, a Knoxville and Houston's regular, in card number 6. The 6 of Frank Rogers. The 7, a Knoxville regular, the veteran Brooke Tadnell. The high roller in the 7BC of Tyler Courtney. The 8, a high roller of Aaron Reitzel. 9th, he looked good on Saturday night, but unfortunately got disqualified in an IRA show. The quickest chicken, the 9 of Chase Randall. Normally a 360 regular, doing some 410 racing this year. The 9, a World of Outlaws regular, Casey Kane. A high roller in the 9P, that's the law from Parker Price Miller. A young gun as a high roller from New York, the 10 of Paul Colagiovanni. The 11, a high roller, is Michael Buddy Kilfoy. The 11M of Brandon Mullen, a regular at the River Cities. Welcome back to this car, driving the Beaver Tool and Die special. It's the 12X of Blake Fees. Will be a regular in Knoxville. Justin Peck is another high roller in the 13. A young up-and-comer, the 14 of Cole Macedo. The 14 of Tim Essenson. A World of Outlaws regular, the 15 of Donnie Schatz. Another high roller will be the 15H of Sam Haferteeth. The 17, of course, is Sheldon Honcho, the World of Outlaws regular. And needing a new car after flipping on Saturday night at 34 Raceway, the 17B of high rollers, that's Bill Baylog. Another Outlaws regular, that's the 18 of Gio Selzy. A high roller in the 19, the always popular Brett Marks. He's always a fan favorite in the Midwest. The 21 is a high roller, that's Brian Brown. The 21H of Brady Bacon. The 22 from Knoxville, and as a Knoxville regular and branching and getting better each and every time on the track, is the 22 of Riley Goodnow, another high roller. The 22S of Slater Hull. The 24 is Garrett Williamson. The 24 high roller, Rico Abreu, is a fan. It's been fast everywhere he's been this year. A substitution in the 25, normally going to be driving by Lachlan McHugh. Scott Boguski gets the call. Picking up a win at Williams Grove on Friday night, the 26th, an all-star regular, it is Zeb Wise. The 31 is Joe B. Miller. The 39, driving the Swindell Speed Labs car, is Justin Sanders, and a high roller. From the East Coast, from Pennsylvania, the Concrete Kid, the 39M of Anthony McElry, another high roller. The 41, a World of Outlaws driver, that's Carson Macedo. The 44 is Chris Martin. The 47X of Dylan Westbrook. The 48, a high roller, it's Danny Dietrich. The 49, one of the promoters and a World of Outlets champion, Brad Sweet. The high roller in the 52, that's Blake Hahn. This guy needs some good luck after what happened on going home from 34. It's the high roller, the 55, Hunter Schoenberg. We'll tell you that story in a minute. The 55, a NASCAR Cup driver, and it's going to be a high roller. That's Alex Bowman. This guy needs no introduction. The other promoter of the High Limits series, they call him Young Money, and it will be a high roller. The 57 of Kyle Larson. And the 71, a high roller would be Corey Eliason. The 88 of Austin McCarl, and the 97 of JJ Henkel. Those are your scheduled 56 cars for tomorrow night. But like I mentioned on Hunter Schoenberg, his motorhome went up in smoke yesterday. If you want more information on how to help, check out Rico Abreu. So the first of 11 high limit races. We lost the first one, the non-points one, at Silver Dollar Speedway. Be sure and look for the second show coming out about Thursday. We'll preview the Knoxville Raceway season preview. And we'll have results from the high limit. And Marshalltown kicked off last week. We'll have those results. And the other classes from 34 Raceway that ran with the IRA. Until then, till Thursday, take care, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast with Marshall Hain. Follow us on Twitter at Dirt_Podcast or on Facebook at the Dirt Racing Podcast.